Do you have questions concerning planning a Disney trip? Ask them live on the show or submit them on our website at patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Matt with the Disney Planning Insights podcast, and it is another DPI live show. Lots going on. Right after we got off the air, we got the news that Central Florida Tourism District approved the new comprehensive plan for the Disney properties. So we're going to go over that, which means we're going to go over some of the expansion plans and some of the rumors and everything else that's going on. We're going to do it in another Roosevelt shirt. We've got the 25th anniversary Phantom Menace shirt on tonight. The Father's Day gift from the wife and kids. Fantastic shirt in the new flex from Roosevelt's. So, no, gonna have a good show. Don't know if Peter with Princesses and the Mouse is going to join us tonight or not. I've got the teams up. We'll see if he jumps on, but if not, not a big deal. We've got a lot to talk about, so I will see you here in a few minutes. Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to Disney Planning Insights. Through creative content and live shows, we explain the hidden details of the Disney experience so that our clients can execute memorable adventures. Together with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, we have helped hundreds of clients plan, book, and prepare for magical Disney vacations. Let our experience help you avoid common planning mistakes and maximize the enjoyment on your next Disney trip. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt with the DPI podcast. We've got a fantastic show tonight. We've got information on the Central Florida Tourism District agreement that they signed with Disney last week. We've got some more permits filed, so we know we have the Animal Kingdom permits filed for the trailer community. We've got some structural permits, some base work permits filed for Magic Kingdom, so we're getting to see a little bit more of what Beyond Big Thunder Mountain is going to look like. Just a lot going on. We've lost Test Track now. Test Track is closed. We're going to be losing Big Thunder Mountain here real soon. And we've got some news on Tian's Bayou Adventure, which isn't the greatest news in the world, but it's news. So, yeah, just a lot going on. Thank you guys all for watching. Where is my stuff? There it is. Apparently, when you don't get in the flow of doing the shows again, it just doesn't happen. But if you're watching over on the YouTube channel, definitely jump in the chat. Let us know what's going on. If you're over on the Twitch channel, I can see you as well. So wave, say hi, let me know where you're from, let me know what's going on. And if you have any questions about planning a Disney vacation or just taking a Disney vacation, I mean, there's a lot to do. There's a lot going on. So it's definitely worth asking the question. Apparently, everything wants me to sign in again. Wow. Buses. Bus. Next. Bus. Bus. Wow. Gonna make me do it again. Now we're just getting ridiculous. Motorcycle. Wow, this is probably great. Jeez. Okay. Restream is being an absolute pain right now. So, don't know if Peter with Princesses and the Mouse is going to join us. Usually he's on already. I'll minimize that just so it's not bright over there. We'll talk a little bit about the news. Let me go ahead and get to the news, and we will see what we've got going on. All right, so I wanted to start with the Central Florida Tourism District, Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, Todd. Yeah, sure. Approving a new comprehensive plan, or the beginnings of a new comprehensive plan with Disney last week. So basically, the gist of the thing, and really there were three big things that came out of this, and a lot of people latched onto one of them, but I don't think it's the one that we really need to focus on. So the first one was major theme parks development to date. 4 major theme parks down there, your 4 parks at Disney, the new comprehensive plan, and this is through the next 15 years, but the plan includes things that are 10 to 20 years out. Goes from 4 to 5. So this opens up the possibility of a 5th gate. Now, I don't know if there ever was a possibility of a 5th gate, and we don't know that a 5th gate's really likely, especially during this expansion phase that they're going to do with all this additional capital that they're investing in the parks. But it does open up the possibility for a 5th gate over the next 15 years. What really struck me was the expansion of hotel space. Now, right now, the development shows 39,801 rooms that are allocated to Disney. So I would imagine that this is everything that's on Disney property, plus all of the good neighbor hotels. So your Disney Spring area, your Lake Buena Vista stuff, that kind of stuff, I think is all added into this number as well. That number is going to increase by about 14,000. So, given most of your big hotels for Disney have about 1,000 rooms, that opens up the possibility for another 14 major hotels on Disney property over the next 10 to 20 years. Office space expansion, not a whole lot. They just gross square footage. Retail space and restaurant space, another 300,000 gross square feet, which is a big deal. 270,000 is more an accurate number, gross square feet. So that's a lot of restaurant space as well, and retail space as well. So if they were to open a 5th gate, this gives them the opportunity to open up a lot of restaurants with that 5th gate as well. So do with it what you want. But in all reality, the commitment is $8 billion over the next 10 years. Let's go up. They had it a little bit easier up here. $8 billion within the first 10 years of the agreement, and then $17 billion over the next 10 to 20 years of the agreement. So $17 billion total, $8 billion in the first 10. They are going to be jumping on that relatively quick, and we'll get into that here in a little bit with some of the expansions that are going on. So yeah, so this has been agreed upon by the tourism district, and then this will be updated again at the end of Q3 in 2025. So that their Q3 is going to be what, July through September, July, August, September. Yeah. So September, no, that's their fourth quarter. So June-ish in 2025. So in about a year, would be the update. So that's that. Lots of money going to be inflected into the park, but it's going to go in a lot of different directions. Sustainable housing, attainable housing, office space, retail space, hotel expansion, that kind of stuff. So lots going on there. We did get a permit filed for some of the groundwork for the Beyond Big Thunder Mountain project. So before they can really start building out that way, they need to do some foundational work. They need to do some of their electrical runs. They need to do some of their sewer runs, that kind of stuff back in that area. So this is that area past Big Thunder Mountain, where it kind of dead ends, where you've got the Liberty Bell that kind of weaves around the backside of Big Thunder Mountain. It's going to be pushing out that direction is where all of this new development's going to be. So the permits were filed, and man, it'd be nice if I could read it. 13th day of June. And it goes over just general construction for that area. Again, this is more of a groundwork, a foundational work, a running of the initial things that will be needed so that they can do construction in this area. Nothing super exciting about this other than it's just a confirmation that they're going to be doing something there. We just don't know exactly what yet. So, is what it is. Frontierland Shooting Arcade set to close permanently. And it closed permanently this week, and it is going to be making way for a new DVC lounge in the Magic Kingdom. So, kind of sucks. They've been kind of hinting at this. So June 23rd is actually going to be the last operational day. But they've been hinting at this for a little while. And yeah, it kind of is what it is. It's going to be a club member lounge. So you've got a club member lounge at Epcot. You've got a club member lounge at... I don't know that you've got one at Animal Kingdom. You've got one, you've got a Club 33 at Animal Kingdom. So, but I don't think you have a DVC lounge at Animal Kingdom. So there'll be one at Magic Kingdom now. So it is what it is. Test Track, the second iteration, is now closed as well. That closed Sunday night. The last riders got on that. This is going to be at least a year-long closure. Possibly more. We've seen what's happened at Epcot here recently. And they've given some rendering artwork, but nothing solid. So a little bit more futuristic look. When you think of what is over there now with Guardians of the Galaxy and with Mission Space, just bringing this into the future a little bit more. Hopefully there are some nods to the past. You know, I don't remember World of Motion, but I do remember this last iteration of Test Track pretty well. So would love to see some nods back. Like I said, it's going to be at least a year, and that's going to be kind of with our other park that's getting some work done with Magic Kingdom. Big Thunder Mountain's closing later this year, probably sometime in July, and it is going to be why are you showing offline? I'm not offline over here. You're just showing unstable. Hello? Hello? I don't know what's going on with Twitch. It looks like it should be good. Huh. Oh no. Oh, there we go. That looks a lot better. Okay. So, technology is going to be the death of me one day. But no, what I was saying is Big Thunder Mountain's going to close here sometime in July, and it's going to be closed for over a year. They're saying it's for a major just upkeep project, retracking. You know, hopefully they put in the LED package that they've got in the Disneyland version as you're coming up that last hill there with the dynamite and all that kind of stuff. That would be really cool. But we'll see. I mean, there's going to be a lot to talk about. We're about a month and a half away from D23 right now, so D23 we will probably live stream and comment throughout the live stream as it happens, as long as they do the YouTube feed again, which I imagine they would as fast as it sold out. So yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot there. So Peter and I definitely are planning on sitting down and watching those feeds and doing some commentary on it as it happens, because there are going to be a lot of things that are expected, and I'm sure there's going to be a few surprises, but I don't know that there's going to be a lot of surprises. I think we're just trying to figure out what of the 10 things, what 7 are they going to pick, is kind of where we're at right now. So we're just trying to figure that out and kind of go from there. So yeah, Disney Cruise Lines. If you are a Disney Cruise fan, Disney Cruise Lines announced their sailing itineraries for fall of 2025 and spring of 2026. Excuse me. So we are now a year and a half out in the future, almost 2 years out in the future with Disney Cruise Lines itineraries. We've got 2 new ships coming. We've got the Treasure coming later this year. We've got the Adventure coming shortly after that. And, you know, you've got the Wish. So we've got a lot going on with Disney Cruise Lines right now. So definitely a cool time if you want to get on a cruise. You're going to start seeing some of the cruises, especially on, you know, if you go on the Fantasy or the Dream or something like that. Those prices are coming down a little bit against inflation and that kind of stuff, because of the introduction of the Wish, the introduction of the Treasure, and then the introduction eventually of the Adventure, which is going to be cool. So yeah. So if you want to see that, you can go over to the Disney Cruise Line website, and you can reach out to us if you have any questions. I have cruised with Disney before. Peter and his family are getting ready to go on their first cruise with Disney next year. So definitely can get you answers to any of the questions you have there. Moving on, let's talk about July 4th. July 4th has been announced at Walt Disney World and the entertainment offering. So, as in years past, Magic Kingdom will show their 4th of July fireworks on July the 3rd and July the 4th. They also will have the extended hours on July 3rd till 11 a.m. or till midnight, and on July 4th until 1 a.m. So that's pretty cool. Epcot's going to run a special fireworks show as well. No extended park hours, but they are going to have their 4th of July fireworks show right after Luminous on July 3rd and July 4th as well. So, and it is going to be called The Heartbeat of Freedom. And it's going to be, like I said, right after Luminous. So, yeah, then get your cameras ready. Spirit of 76 attire for the Fab 5. They're going to meet throughout the day in the American Pavilion for those 2 days. So yeah, it's fun. It's starting to turn patriotic. They're getting some of the bunting up. They're starting to get some of the treats out. So yeah, 4th of July at the parks is really, really cool. It's busy, it's hot, but it's really cool. We went there in 2019. We were at the parks for the 4th of July. And we actually watched the fireworks show from behind Cinderella Castle. And they do the projections on the back of the castle just as well. So, because they know that the crowds are going to be kind of overwhelming. But now the kids are a little bit older, I'd love to do it again so that we can kind of post up and they can go and do things with mom and that kind of stuff, and we'd still have our spot and that kind of stuff. So, we'll see. Definitely not in the next couple of years at least. We've got our trips planned out for the next couple, but we'll see as we get past that. Let's see if there's anything else. We've had a lot of stuff just kind of hit right as we were on the show and right as we were going off air the last few weeks. Pop Century's food court is going to undergo a 2-month refurbishment starting July 29th. So if you're going to be there early August through, the end of September, you're probably going to run into some issues with the food court there at Pop Century. Ever After Jewelry is going to be closing and then rebranding and reopening as Disney's Ever After here soon. The jewelry store closed earlier and it's going to open later this month. And it basically a lot of the same things, but they're going to introduce a lot more Disney merchandise to the store at Disney Springs. I did want to touch on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So this has been an interesting topic today. It's been an interesting topic since they started the preview rides because it has been plagued with downtime. I think at one point the longest runtime that they had, consecutive runtime that they had with people on it, was 3 hours, and that's not good for the park. Well, today they had it completely drained. They had it closed. They had the cast preview or they're in annual pass holder previews right now. Paused, and they had the drop and the little horseshoe drained today, which is not a good sign. So, never saw that they got reopened today. It's just, yeah, they canceled the 1 p.m. virtual queue today. It's been an absolute mess. Communicore Hall, we talked about it last week. It's still as embarrassing as it was last week. They need to get a festival in there so they can actually dress it up and show what it's actually supposed to be, because right now it looks horrendous for a Disney product, and hopefully this is not what the future of Disney products is going to look like. But this looks terrible. So hopefully they have something that's going to happen that makes it look a lot better. DVC announces Welcome Home Weeks, and we're just kind of flying through some of the offhand stuff right now. Limited celebration from July 22nd through August 24th, featuring special events, tasty treats, exciting experiences just for eligible DVC members. So yeah. Woohoo. Seating and lighting upgrades at San Angel Inn Restaurant at Epcot. They've changed it a little bit. They've added some more lighting. It's a really cool atmosphere place. I've never been blown away by their food there, but permit filed for lengthy refurbishment of Bay Lake Tower DVC rooms. This is the tower sitting there next to the Contemporary. Again, that's pretty constant. So if you go down there, one thing you always want to check is your hotel going through the 3, 7, or 10 refresh that Disney does to the rooms. Always a good idea to work with your travel agent on that. Country Bears opening on July 17th. We are right at a month out from that. We talked about a little bit of what was changing. They're getting some new outfits. They're using some of the pieces and parts from animatronics from Splash Mountain. Wow, that was a big yawn. And we're getting a little bit more on the music side from our friends over at Blog Mickey. And they've got an article on an inside look at the music for the reimagined Country Bears show. So Bare Necessities, Try Everything from Zootopia, Whole New World. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see it. Country Bears is kind of fun. I'm gonna be thinking about the old show. Yeah, nothing else really. Nothing else really going on. I mean, I think over the next month and a half, we're probably not going to get a whole lot. We're going to get some teases, and I think that's what really most trying to find is where are the teases going to come from? Because last year, as they led up to D23, they let out some of the things that they were going to announce on D23, at D23. And then they kind of elaborated on these, what they made look like leaks, but they weren't. They were Disney announcements. I think we're going to get some answers prior to D23, and we'll keep you abreast on what's going on with those. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think we're going to get into the lull now. The next big couple of things we have coming up, we've got the supposed opening of Tiana's Bayou Adventure in 10 days. I don't know that it's going to open to the public in 10 days, honestly. If they can't get it up and running the way they want it up and running, they aren't gonna get the public on this. This is gonna be a absolute S show if they try and do a full open on it right now. It's gonna have a 300-minute wait, and virtual queue's gonna be a trash idea because it's gonna be down half the day. So they got to figure it out. And with it getting drained, I don't know necessarily that it's a ride vehicle issue, or not. Let me back up. I don't know that it's as much as a new element issue, as far as new animatronics or the screens or anything like that. I think it's a ride vehicle issue, and these are ride vehicles that a year ago were relatively dependable. So I don't know what they changed to change that. So I haven't watched the ride-throughs or anything like that yet. So yeah. So that's the news. I'll talk with Peter this week. Try and get him on next week to see if we can't do a top 3 or something similar to that. We'll talk a little bit about Lorcana over the next couple of weeks, coming into the set championships in July for Ursula's return. I do have my deck partially set up right now. I want to do some testing on it this week to see how it runs. And then, yeah, set championships for locally for us. We've got one that's going to be on the 6th of July, and then we've got another one that's later in the month that we might, depending on what we do in the first one, we might check that one out as well. So, yeah, if you're into Lorcana, definitely check out some of the stuff that we're doing on that front as well. We've got 4 of us that are playing, and all different skill levels, all different success levels. So yeah, it's been kind of fun. So yeah, so that's all I've got tonight. We got a good half-hour show in, so I'll let you guys go. We will talk to you next week, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a full show as we get into the summer and start getting back to doing the news, the top 3, and either the deep dive or our Lorcana segment. So thank you guys all for joining me tonight. I will talk to you next week. Bye now. Hey, it was Matt with the DPI podcast all the time. No Peter with Princesses in the House. Not a big deal. No guess. We'll talk to him next week. So join us then. On social media, you can find us in a lot of different places. The easiest is going to be over on Facebook at PATM Disney Travel for the travel side, at DPI Podcast for the show page. Over on Twitter, we are at Disney Insights. That's where we do our most conversations. And then we do have a YouTube and Instagram account as well. Well, thank you guys all for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, everything that you do to support the channel. You guys have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you next week.